Could have just kept Storm. I don't know why he tried it with me, lad. I'm not the one. Especially when you look like that. Like, listen, man, I'm not watching other man, but you got to be of a certain caliber. We're two different kettles of fish, man. I'm the mad thing that you got to go central London for. Probably cost like 2 bags. You're not even a can of mackerel, bro. And this how I know your baby mommy shit as well, blood. Honey, I'm sorry. Sorry, you didn't deserve that. Shout me so we can actually test that out. Let me stop, man. I should have our own show where we take nothing seriously, man. But anyways, let's all go support Newcastle. Watch them turn over Spurs. Myth, man. Vieira didn't make an impact. He didn't. But and again, you have to be real. But you know, it's in the same way fans were waffling that, oh, you come on against United, he did a thing. He was meaty today. That's why you don't start. You're still adapting. You're not quite ready right now. And to be fair, I don't like this youngster excuse, but this is what happens. These men are not experienced. They have experience, some more than others. Definitely Odegaard and Jesus. But collectively, he ain't got that experience. This is why we're not near City. City win that. Like, City win that. They find a late goal. They win that. We didn't. The game needs to be put back to bed, man. Yeah, if he's on 100K, that's crazy. And this is how football is, you know. You lot grabbed the 1-0 win against Southampton, struggled against Brentford. We beat Brentford. This is what happens. There's 38 different games. So Lord knows, I don't even know how, I couldn't even work it out. But there's 20 teams in the Prem. Everyone's got to play 38 games. How many different storylines are there in terms of winning, losing, and drawing? Yeah, different ones. The ref today was a liability. Don't get me wrong, we didn't show up in the second half, but some of the decisions made were wild. Facts. Southampton is a sneaky team. Out of nowhere, they can damage you. Again, Wolves showed it. You give teams encouragement, they're gonna press and press and press and press. Arsenal are a long way off winning the title, of course. The whole team was leggy. The energy levels need some work during the week. Rest the load for PSV. I hear that. Shows why Tekers doesn't start Teeny. Not sure what you mean there. I just don't want Eddie nowhere near the wings. Just keep that youth in the box. Amen. But for Eddie, I mean, if that's what Arteta is going to do, if that's how you're going to get game time, that's how you're going to get game time, innit? You're not going to get any other bringing apart from that. The referee was a madness. We all could see that. But the game should have been dead. Everyone has to take collective responsibility today. Everybody, the players, the gaffer, everyone. Like, the gaffer, I'm sure, would have changed things. I'm sure players could have done a lot more. We took the lead. We didn't walk away with it. There was a period in the first half where we were kind of perfect for the first half, but we didn't score enough goals in that. And we started well. We scored within the first 15, 20 minutes, you know. And then there was like 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 corners that they had. That should have given us at halftime something to think about. Second half they were on more violence than us. We weren't on nothing. So that's where we found ourselves in the position we was at, innit? But you know what? 4 lackluster performances against Glyn, Leeds, PSV, and today against Southampton. Walked away with something in it. On other days, I'm not trying to find optimism where there isn't none, because we dropped 2 points from winning positions where that could make the difference. And in a week where it's been, you know, it would have been nice to have got 3 points, because Chelsea, United, they're playing each other. Spurs will probably beat Newcastle today, but they're playing each other. Liverpool obviously lost. All of these teams with 10 to 11 to 12 games played are all going to be near each other. There's things to consider in it. So, yeah, man, I would say that really, if I'm completely honest with you guys. I understand why Tomiyasu went fullback today, obviously, because Southampton were just trying to pop it over our heads. Teeny's going to struggle with that, innit? They're just trying to pop it over their heads, and that's what Tomiyasu gives you. But I just think Tomiyasu, it's not even him. He does go forward, but it's Meady, really. Like, and I said it against Leeds as well. I don't think he's been perfect like that. But I'm happy for the versatility it shows. With the injury records of Tomiyasu, of Tierney, and Zinchenko, you're going to need them all. And they all have different little things that they can bring to the role. Pardon me, clearly Ben White struggling a bit as well. Not that he was bad. He did well to obviously assist the goal, but he came off. I didn't think he was going to come off. I thought if anyone was going to come off, it would have been Tomiyasu. It could have been a tactical change. Jesus should have bagged today, but it's going to happen. It's like Sterling at Chelsea. They're going to, bro, you're not at City no more. So your limitations are going to be highlighted. We said it when we signed Jesus. You know, the talent ID has been amazing in relation to Jesus. He fits what everything Mikel wants. He's a fighter. He's all of these things. I think football fans of all clubs are a bit too polarized. In 1 minute, someone's a hero, then they're not. But at worst comes to worst, I said it in the summer. You said, is he going to be on the Lacazette thing? And he's shown he can score goals, but food and butter, he could have scored. And I know Jesus won't be happy about that because he speak in Football Daily or Sky Sports, one of them, and say, listen, you ask any striker, they all want to win Ballon d'Ors, top goal scorers and things. And that's the only air of doubt around Jesus. Can he score enough goals? He's got a platform. Today he should have bagged. He should have had a couple. Odegaard should have had a couple. We should have created a bit more. Xhaka scored. As much as I like the new Xhaka that's there and that, Xhaka has scored. Saka could have scored. These guys, we should have created more. I think we were a bit loose balling in midfield as well. We're giving it away too cheaply, inviting pressure. I want to watch the goal again. But Armstrong, that's a midfield runner. So managing the game when you need to smell blood, seeing out the game well, starting the second half well. These are elements that have been there all season in games that, well, clearly apart from United prior to this, we've won everything, innit? They were there in the goals we conceded against Leicester, definitely. In the way we played against Leeds, in the way we played against Fulham and Villa, kind of needing to wake up and be pegged back to kind of need to get back in this thing, to a degree against Crystal Palace, even though that was a near perfect performance. Everything apart from Brentford, Bournemouth, because they were our easiest games this season, in my opinion. And sometimes it's not always a thing where you just get the result and you shut up about everything. This is what happens. Or no matter what anybody says, if you lot think Arsenal's winning the title, fair play, I hope it is the case. The priority is top four. Top four in itself is a battle of the inconsistent. That is why Chelsea are more talking around top four than fighting typically City. They don't know if they can show that. That's definitely where Arsenal, Man United and Spuds are concerned. Some weeks are going to be better than others, but in that having that, let's say, being perfect, even if City could claim that, because I'm sure Pep won't, being perfect for 30 of their 38 Premier League games. I don't think you speak to United fans, Arsenal fans, or anyone connected with the clubs or Spurs believes their team is going to do that. So we just have to keep going, innit? You're allowing people, you've given people encouragement, but we are going to drop points. We're going to drop more points. We're going to win more points. We're going to lose games that we shouldn't have lost. We're going to win games that we shouldn't have got anything from. We're going to draw when we should have lost or won. This is football. This is the Premier League. You lot see it week in, week out. You've seen it prior to Arsenal playing, and Spurs are going to win 2-1. Newcastle are going to come out the blocks, be good, and VAR is going to bust them. So it is what it is. Chelsea, United, Spurs are going to have their week in it, but it is what it is in that regards. Yeah, man. Wolves are going down definitely in the mud. Doesn't seem mad. The 1-0s weren't sustainable. Bro, how many times have we gone on Bandulu runs? The ref was poor, but again, I think I've offered enough about the ref. I ain't got nothing else to say about the referee, man. Like, it's long, bro. How's a man? I know I didn't see a Chelsea fan laughing about a drawing with Southampton. You lot lost to them. But I'm not even trying to do all of that. Like, I understand the trolling. Just make it make sense, man. I'm a City fan, but I've been impressed with Arsenal. Their main problem now is squad depth. Amen. And there's no running away from it. Somehow it's going to find us, really and truly. So I don't fair play to you, but I don't quite get that one, my bro. You lost to the Southampton side. I understand having a laugh and a joke, but on my channel, let's talk some sense, man. I don't know why Odegaard went off. Eddie's right. I mean, I like Eddie, but man can't believe. I don't have belief in these guys to come out and do things really like crazy, man. I think Arsenal finish third. It depends on Europa League, bro. Who wouldn't want first, second, third, fourth? I just want Champions League. If we don't get Champions League, it has to be question marks in the same way there's praise. Despite the result, we deal with Nottingham Forest next week and we bounce back. Got no choice, man. Can't feel sorry for ourselves. You learn more from your failures or your failings than you do when you win. Because there's been elements that, as I said, how we play today, we've got away with it. Now you have no choice but to be disappointed because we probably feel we could have offered a lot more, because we probably could have done a lot more, because again, fundamentally, we had points in it. We had 3 points in the bag. And for me, it's as much as Arsenal's turned things around and all them sort of things, and I'm not trying to get away from the good that this club has done so far, just offering my thoughts. in this in beyond the obvious what we have to do and what we've done in the summer, I wanted us to put a marker Old Trafford, and we weren't bad, but we lost. That's a ground that since 06 we've won the league there. My 27 years on this earth, we ain't been good there. St Mary's, you know what time it is. Lost there last season. We didn't lose, so there's an improvement, but it's another ground where you didn't walk away with 4 points. And there's probably been more, well, saying that, I think there's been more troubles away from home than at home. But as I said, I think there's things to learn in the games against Fulham, Villa, the build-up team we're watching right now, what I'm going to watch in Spurs' penalty, definitely the Leicester game where we won, even back to last season when we beat United at our place, you know, that was almost, we did very good because we won, but we was doing booked things like the penalty that got given and all them sort of things. So it's going to happen, innit? No matter how, I know football is like a drug, but games like this is for some fans a sobering, you know, reality sort of thing, if that makes sense. So we have to go again, man. Done all right to get to this point. The only disappointing moments have been, you know, United and Southampton today. 4 points dropped this season. Fair enough. Well, see you lot saying. Arteta's system worked very well, but you guys need to sign a proper number 9 like Sesko, Vlahovic if you want to win the league over City. We're not getting them man there, so yeah. But the squad depth is lacking. Some of you lot have really got sucked into this title talk. Let's apply some. But listen, everyone knows I don't think Arsenal are challenging for the title. Innit? I can't speak for anybody else. Mathematically, they're there. I hear it. I definitely want that conversation to last a lot longer than other conversations at Arsenal. But come on now, man. They could have won it, but there isn't, man. Nah, you're allowed to think that. I'm not a hater, but I'd be lying to say I'm not happy to wake up and see Arsenal. The game's the game. Bound to happen. Forget the ref. We didn't finish our chances. They had one clear chance and finished, and we've seen that for time. Jesus is not a striker. Oh, a bit harsh. Tierney should have started. Tommy wasn't bad, but doesn't offer much going forward. I hear that. Leicester better stop City next week, Myth. 1-1 was a fair game of two halves. I hear that. Jesus is not a striker, and Eddie is a terrible backup. Would get in half of the Prem teams. I don't know about Jesus being terrible. I like Eddie, but I don't. How many teams in the league does he start? Shit, you lot could compete with City if you want, bro. DJ, if not this season, when do you want to challenge City? Of course, I want to challenge City, but listen, if you believe, I look at Arsenal's team, and as much as I love my club, I don't look at that team and say, you lot are title contenders. Yes, if you can take advantage of things going on in the season and do that, then fair enough. But anyone who looks at them Arsenal 11 players and says, or 20-odd squad, no disrespect to them, and says that that's a title challenging squad, specifically Arsenal fans, not people with agendas, you're an effing liar because you don't believe that. You never said that in August. Fair enough, things can change, but you're lying, or I believe you are in it. And if you genuinely believe that with your heart, do your thing. But I think you're effing lying. You don't realistically, yes, this season we've been all right, but you don't in your heart know what you're going to get. There's certain consistencies and certain other things I need to see. And when I do see that with Mikel Arteta, by all means, I will not be afraid to say I think we should be challenging for titles. I don't see that. Everybody's learning. No one's done it. You know, we can really break it down and things like that. And again, for me anyways, a lot of the things that I and you lot praise Arsenal for doing or done or improving, it comes with the territory. You should be doing that. You know, you're not going to praise Mike Tyson or Mayweather for training as hard as they can in their primes or being consistent. It comes with the territory. You're not going to praise a prime Arsene Wenger, a Sir Alex Ferguson, a Jose Mourinho for being good managers. It needs more than that. It comes with the territory. But we're going off target, man. You gotta be a villain, man. You gotta be a villain. Listen, I give everybody respect, but if you want to go lower, go lower in it. Come on, man. It's all entertainment, man. Cyrus, I think that was your name. Hey, wait. Man, them don't look, but Cyrus is BM. Shout me. Blowing kisses, mate. Blow some bubbles like a West Ham fan as well, man. Never ever stop him, man. Look on the bright side, at least you didn't lose to Forest. Hey, we got them next week, man, for cool off. And Bayesian as well. I ain't on demon time, but I can be. I will be. Shout me. She can get the sober thing or the let the drunken shillelagh still. So whichever one, shout me, BM, please. Yeah, he just listen. He's got anger management issues that Linko you. Yeah, shout Bazanu, man. Southampton are gonna make some peas when they sell these guys, man. I can't lie, we're due this result. We drew a lot worse results. Really and truly, we should have got shagged against Leicester. We should have got shagged against Leeds. We should have got shagged against, we should have got shagged today even more. Mazzers. 440 likes, people. Keep running it up. You see why I'm appreciative of you lot? I'm calm, man. I hope you're calm on me. Different caliber, man. You should have replied to haters, but every now and again, it's making the time pass. End of the day, we've spoken about everything, man. On a run. Wait. Made mom be on a run to get the wet wipes. If you know, you know. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done. DG City drew to an out of form Villa, so I guess it's calm. We move exactly, man. It's calm though. We would have taken this position at the start of the season. Exactly. Again, I know football fans love to force narratives that you have to be extremely happy or you have to be extremely miserable. There are things Arsenal could have done better. We need to do better. But there's certain things you can be positive about. In today and in general, can't lie, Spurs have come out on violence. Newcastle going to get better today. But yeah. Now that I think about it, Arsenal dropping points wasn't the worst thing in the world. It weren't, bro. Like, come on, man. We got life, man. We got life, bro. Don't get it twisted. Would have loved to have won 3-point debt collectors, all that jazz. But yeah, man. Armstrong always rips us, bro. We are focused on the Champions League and you. I get it, mate. You whatever trolling you're doing. Ha ha ha. Look, mum, replied. Deep down, DG wants to look at this guy. Deep down, DG wants to say Arsenal are title contenders. He's just scared because he knows the team he supports and it might backfire. Well, yeah, and I know that I don't think we have the capabilities to do that. Like, I'm never gonna come and lie to you lot. Like, what? So just because you lot can see me, oh, he's talking with chess, he's popping with chess, and then he's scared to get clipped, bro. I'll say anything I believe. What? Because the gigahertz. Never gonna lie, bro. I'm trying to build my platform on having integrity, bro. It's not cautious, bro. Like mathematically, Arsenal are fighting for the league. In my heart, do I believe Arsenal have everything to win a league? No. To be fair, we got 12 draws. If we could get 11 more, I've seen us become invincibles with that. But come on, like I get ignorance is bliss, and if I thought like some of you, I guess I would say the same things. But come on now, man. Come on, man. I don't want to be out here lying, bro. You should go on Sky Sports Saturday Social. Tell him to shout me, man. DJ on BT. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. This is where it is, man. We staying on for Spurs. It's kicked off, ain't it? Arsenal drew against one of the worst teams in the Prem. That's the funny thing about football, isn't it? Really. Spurs have started off strongly, anyways, but they're gonna batter Newcastle. But Newcastle never came to play ball, bro. Son's gonna score a couple, man. They've come out the blocks fiery, bro. I can't lie. Mitrovic has 9 goals in that Fulham side. Crazy. Who said I have lost hope? We just dropped points today. Like, who said I lost hope in anything? We're still on course to get that, to get Champions League. If we flop Champions League or flop the conversation or fall out of the conversation from now to the end of the season, it'll be difficult. It'll be very difficult for me to keep backing certain people, and I'll be disappointed. But my goal for Arsenal is to qualify for the top 4, go as far as you can in the Europa League. Anything less than the final for me is a failure / winning it. I'm an Arsenal fan. I always want an FA Cup. League Cup, if you could do that, innit? Anything you do beyond anything I've just said is now a bonus. So, yeah, man. Man trying to gold me and gas me, and then, come on now, man. Southampton were there for the taking, definitely dropped off in the second half. Thought Partey was poor and Vieira slowed things down. Hope it was because of fatigue. Ooh, Newcastle could have been in here. I'm surprised they weren't a pen shout, but ooh. I'm surprised Emerson Rowe, if he busts his case from that. Bro, Southampton are making peas, man. We saw through a Teta in panic mode, bro. Football is a weird sport. Liverpool beat City, then City beat Forest. Who beat Liverpool? Exactly. We only drew one so far. I agree. I disagreed with some of the subs, but yeah, I agreed. Top 4 in FA Cup in Europe. We're doing all right. I can't lie. I don't know why Emerson Royal was doing that. You know, I think Spurs will get away with that, and they have got away with it. But boy, as we saw, you know, if I'm Conte, I'd say, did you not watch Did you not watch Chelsea versus Man United yesterday? Another top 6 clash or a top of the table clash. Keep your hands off people. Nah, I need to watch it again, but it looked like he had hands all over him. Clearly, VAR have done their check and nothing's going on there. Looks like an interesting game. Yeah. I'm saying a Tammy Abraham type striker. Why not? But his name ain't really making things happen. I personally think games like that, it was kind of like Liverpool, but Jesus held it up. I think games like that is when we probably need a Giroud type, someone who is a bit different, that is away from home. And even against Leeds, because that could be a form of defense, whether your midfield is dictating the tempo and holding on to a game, or if there's someone that is just a battering ram, which Giroud was so much more than, but you can just knock it up to him. He can hold it, bring the other players into play, and that can get us further up the pitch. Because you saw it with Jesus. Again, he should have scored and could have scored regardless, but they're just bear hugging him, barging him, hitting him from pillar to post. We see it every week, innit? You know what happens to Gabby Jesus. You lot know because you see it week in, week out with myself. So it is what it is in that regards, man. Emerson Royal boss case there. He needs to stop. Nketiah ain't good enough, and Vieira is disappointed with his touches. If Arsenal was at home, they might have won. That just proves how important it is for home for some teams. Exactly. And this is why I don't like going away from home. I don't like any away game in the Prem, bro. Because it's a madness. As a City fan, Arsenal is still clear of Spurs, United, Chelsea, Chill. I don't know about clear. Like, I don't see a 10 points gap on, well, maybe Liverpool, but I don't see a 10 points gap on Chelsea, Man United, or City. Or any of the, not City, Chelsea. You know, I'd be a lot happier to be talking about the things that we're talking about in relation to Arsenal when there's been 20 games played on the board and things like this, 25 games and whatnot. So I'm not too sure. It's a pretty end-to-end game, which Newcastle are going to bottle, but it's cool. Bentacle's such a player. I hate the fact that I have to pretend you're not good. It's quite peak. But yeah, man, we got again. I'll be interesting to hear what thing he's saying. Bro, referees smoking crack today, innit? Like, but away from that, I think there was so much we could have done, should have done. And I'm sure there's so many things if we could go again, we would have done. But this ain't Football Manager. You can't exit the game and restart. You get one chance to try this thing. And it didn't bang in it, really and truly. American Gooner, you're too kind. Shout out to you for gifting 5 community subs over there on YouTube. And thank you in advance on behalf of everyone who obviously realizes once they get that. So, yeah, man. Is what is. Who's your favorite Arsenal player? What, of all time or in general? Of all time, Thierry Henry. Right now, there's a lot of players that could be favorite, man. I'll give it to probably Saka, Smith Rowe. I know he's not academy, but Martinelli. One of them, man. But then again, there's so many decent players, if I'm honest. So many. But yeah, we need some depth and then some, bro. Because again, you could see Granit looked tired. Partey looked a bit baggy with some of his touches towards the end of the game. Jesus looked spent. The whole team looked spent. And I like the fact that Arteta is naming a strong team and stuff like that. And we always cry about rest and things. And I agree with you lot, but it's very different when you're the gaffer. There is going to come a time where we need to rest players. You can't run away from it. Blonde hair merchants in Newcastle. But it'd be fitting if Trippier scored. Did I put Trippier in my FPL? I think I tried the thing, you know, against his old team. So you're saying Eddie is good backup? I didn't say anything. I didn't say we shouldn't go for top players. I don't think you're listening. Please don't use me as a